You thought this series was done. And to be honest, so did I. But I am a stubborn guy, and I refuse to let anything die. So let's continue this series, and what better way to get into the Christmas spirit than to say things that will piss people off. Here's a new episode of Hot Take Tuesday. Now, for those of you who do not know what a hot take is, let's regroup and re-explain the bit. So, a hot take is an opinion that you have that goes against conventional wisdom. For instance, if you were to say, Tom Brady is a bad quarterback, that's a hot take. If you were to say that Derek Jeter was overrated at shortstop for the New York Yankees, that's a hot take. It's like that meme in Game of Thrones where Jon Snow is facing an entire army of people on horses coming to him, and it's just him and the sword ready to face an entire army. It's like when Captain America is alone, ready to take on all of Thanos' army. We all know if he were to go through that, we all know he would die. But he's standing by his principles. That's what a hot take is. It's when the entire room around you can go, oh my God, really? You actually believe that? Yes. And you need to justify it. I got 3 Christmas hot takes, and I want you all to share your hot takes in the comments section below. And since the new episode of this will be after Christmas time, you can either agree or disagree with my Christmas hot takes. You can list your Christmas hot takes, but also give me your hot takes on anything pop culture related. Anything involving music, movies, TV, you name it. Let's have some fun with this, and let's see if we can piss everyone off. All right, so let me get to my first hot take. So when it comes to Christmas, there's a lot of things that come out in celebration of Christmas. There's really, really bad movies. There's cheesy Christmas songs, and every fall drama TV show has an obligatory Christmas episode where horrible things happen, but at the end, we all remember, yay, togetherness and being together for the holidays. So I wanted to talk specifically about arguably the universe's favorite Christmas movie of all time, It's a Wonderful Life. My hot take has nothing to do with the quality of the movie. My hot take is Mr. Potter is not the villain of the movie. If you haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life, well, spoilers. But you have George Bailey. His father dies, and him and Uncle Billy take control of the family business to basically compete against Mr. Potter's business and make their community a better place. To summarize, over the years, they built a park to help their community. They built new buildings so people can come in and rent, and they're a much better quality building than the ones that Potter was owning. And George, the main character, had 2 brothers. They had Billy and Harry. Harry went off to the Navy, war hero, fought off a kamikaze pilot, and basically saved a whole battalion of troops. He comes home a town hero. George is getting the family business to be competitive with Potter's. He's doing all right by his family. He's doing everything he can to make his community and the business better. And then here comes the whole clusterfuck of the movie. Uncle Billy, takes an envelope of $8,000 cash. Now back then, $8,000 in post-World War II era is equal to, these days, about $130,000. So he was carrying $130,000 to the bank to deposit it to help get the company, going, because Potter wants to close the company. He taunts Potter as he's trying to go to the bank. Idiot, stupid Uncle Billy leaves the envelope of money in the newspaper, and Potter seizes that opportunity and takes the money. And now the Baileys, where the town that they live in is not really affluent, all right? It's middle-class America, and now the community comes together to bail out Bailey because he's a great guy. And the moral of the story, at least the moral that I got from the movie, life can throw you a bunch of curveballs, but if you're a righteous person and you're a good-hearted person, everything will work out. And in a fantasy world, that's amazing. In the real world, however, you fuck up. The real villain of the movie, and here's my hot take, Uncle Billy is the real villain of It's a Wonderful Life. In fact, he's up there with some of the most hateable characters I've ever seen in any movie. And it's not because he's a badly written character, he isn't like a bastard of a human being. He literally taunts the business opponent, basically, his competition, while holding a significant amount of money. Like, if I were to go to my buddy Zachy's office and I ask him to borrow his $7,000 Neumann U87, and he reluctantly lets me borrow it, and I lose it, whose fault is it? Is it Zach's for trusting me? Or is it mine for losing it? Let me give you a better example. This actually happened to me, real story. So, everyone knows the headphones that I use for front of house. I use a specific kind of headphones, the Direct Sound EX29 Plus headphones. I love those headphones. They are the only ones that I use for front of house, and if you can get a pair, great. They're amazing headphones. So, I was at a gig with Surrender to Eden, and I had my board on the side of the stage, and I had my headphones connected to it so I can listen to the sources without having to put it through the PA system. I left my headphones resting on my board. I didn't put them away. I went out to the middle of the room on my iPad, mixing away, concentrating on the band. When I get back to my board, my headphones are gone. Someone stole my headphones. And when I told this story, there were quite a few people who were a little more harsh about it, but the general consensus was everyone was like, yeah, sucks you lost it, but look after it better. No one in the comments, and this is probably because the internet's just full of shitty people, but no one said, well, fuck that guy that took your headphones. No one said that. They were all either, you're the dumbass for losing your headphones, or you're the dumbass for not taking better care of your headphones, or they were nice about it and were like, yeah, it sucks, but, you know, lesson learned, which, by the way, is a very nice way of saying, you're a fucking idiot, you messed up. So if the blame is going to go to me for misplacing my headphones and someone else taking it, how can we not blame Uncle Billy for the same thing in It's a Wonderful Life? Uncle Billy lost, by today's money, $130,000. Even $8,000 today is a very good chunk of change. And if you were to misplace $8,000 for any sort of reason, especially if it's corporate business money, bro, like, at least you're gonna get fired, your business is gonna get sued, you're gonna default on your loan, you're gonna fall behind, and the business is gonna go to shit, right? So Uncle Billy's the villain of It's a Wonderful Life. They wrote Mr. Potter to be a greedy, sleazy businessman, which he is, but there's nothing he did that was illegal. He didn't rob Uncle Billy. He didn't stiff him up in the alley for that $8,000. He found $8,000 on essentially laying around. Morally, you can make an argument that Potter did the wrong thing, and okay, that could be just an argument or a disagreement even on, you know, where your personal morals are. But personally, if I found an envelope with $130,000 in it, it would be extremely difficult for me to say, oh, hey, you dropped this, or hey, let me call the authorities and turn the money in. It's not really my fault that you laid that kind of money around and you're irresponsible. Like I said, if all of you are going to blame me for losing my headphones and allowing my headphones to get stolen because I was careless, then you have to have that same kind of logic towards Uncle Billy for losing that money. Again, hot take number one, Uncle Billy is absolutely the villain of It's a Wonderful Life. And shame on him, because his fuck up drove George Bailey to the point where he wanted to commit suicide because Uncle Billy's mess up ruined everything. Hot take number two is going to be music related. So there are a lot of Christmas songs, and you all may have some of your favorites. I definitely have mine. But a lot of people hate one particular Christmas song. No, it's not Mariah Carey's, because we can all agree that song sucks. But a lot of people hate Paul McCartney's Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. And I don't know why people hate that. So hot take number 2, Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney is a good Christmas song. I don't see what the hate is about when it comes to this song. I love how catchy it is, how I can just hum it along. It makes me feel Christmassy. It gets me in the Christmas spirit. And not to mention, the sound of that synth that he uses is pretty rad. I love that tone. So yeah, I don't understand what the hate is about when it comes to that song. It's good. Like, I don't know why people hate it. So this could be hot take 2, part 2. If I were to pick my favorite Christmas songs, number 1, I don't think I can have a definitive top 5 list, but number 1 is absolutely the Christmas song by Nat King Cole. It's one of the only songs that listening to it on Christmas gets me emotionally into the holiday. Like, it really gets me, you know, feeling the Christmas spirit, and it makes me think of family memories. It makes me think of being a kid, opening up the Hess trucks every Christmas Eve that my grandfather would use to get us at my grandparents' house. And it's the only song that consistently almost gets me to have an emotional reaction. So really anything that can strike a genuine, like, sad emotion. Like, I never cry at movies. Like, there's only been like 5 movies that have ever truly made me cry. No song has ever made me cry, but the Christmas song by Nat King Cole is the only one that comes pretty damn close to it. So that's always going to be number 1 favorite Christmas song. Let's see, just looking at this classic Christmas playlist. It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Andy Williams is probably up there as far as my favorite Christmas songs. Oh, I can't forget about this one. Run Run Rudolph, Chuck Berry. That's probably number 2. I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas specifically by the Drifters. That version, awesome. S tier Christmas song. Let's go with my B tier. So a couple songs that are in the B tier list. Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee, definitely in that category. A Holly Jolly Christmas by Burl Ives, that's probably in B tier. Bobby Helms' Jingle Bell Rock, probably in that section as well. So let's go to, there are 2 Christmas songs that I simply, like, I need to skip it entirely. One is, of course, Mariah Carey. Every year I try to have a contest to see how long I can make it before I hear that stupid song. And this year, unfortunately, I didn't even make it past Black Friday before I heard it on the radio. And I'm like, I can't change it. I can't skip it. I can't stand that song. And the only time I will listen to All I Want for Christmas Is You is if it's Bill McClintock's mashup, when he combined that song with The Beautiful People by Marilyn Manson. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's diabolical and amazing. That guy's an evil fucking genius, and I love him. But Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, definitely on that can live without list. I hate that song, and I skip it every time I hear it. And the other one, it's probably because of the Italian in me, but every time I hear Dominic the Donkey, I shake uncontrollably just because of all the cringe that I'm feeling. If the Scouter was reading my cringe power level, it's over 9,000. So that happens every time I hear Dominic the Donkey. The line where he specifically says, Santa says to his paisans, like, no, I can't do that song. I can't do it. So yeah, those 2 songs are definitely on my fuck all, I don't want anything to do with that song list. Like the newer Christmas songs, like Michael Bublé, whatever, it's hit or miss. Modern Christmas songs are hit or miss for me. But I listen to the classics. I only listen to the classic oldies Christmas songs during the holiday season. So those are my list of good Christmas songs. So my final hot take is going to be Christmas dinner related. Everyone collectively craps on the person who brings the fruitcake to dessert and brings the fruitcake to holiday parties. And everyone says that, oh, the fruitcake is terrible. The fruitcake is just garbage. Here's the truth. And here's hot take number 3. Fruitcake is a perfectly acceptable dessert if, the hot take is if you prepare a fruitcake correctly and you actually bake a cake with the fruit in it, and you make the dessert edible. There are plenty of recipes online that you can either bake it traditionally, gluten-free, vegan, you name it. There are plenty of recipes online that you can make a delicious fruitcake. I've had good fruitcake. My girlfriend at the time made an amazing fruitcake, and I devoured that more than any other dessert at Christmas dinner. She made an amazing fruitcake. And then I went to company Christmas parties, friends' Christmas parties, and someone made a fruitcake, and it would just... it was like living with Scrooge. Like, just imagine like how miserable it must be to live with someone like Ebenezer Scrooge. That's what it was like eating fruitcake normally. Fruitcake can be an amazing dessert. You just don't know how to make it right. So if you make a good fruitcake, it's a great dessert and perfectly acceptable. Put a little whipped cream on that, serve it with some ice cream, you're golden. All right, so since it's been like 5 months since I've done one of these Hot Take Tuesdays, I'm looking at the comments of the last couple of videos I've done on this in this series, and all of you just either agree or disagree or argue with me about my hot takes. So if you want this series to continue, leave hot takes in the comment section. And if you want to just agree or disagree with me, fine. But if you want this series to continue and let me highlight all of your hot takes in future videos, leave good hot takes in the comment section. Again, a hot take is an opinion that goes against conventional wisdom. So if you have one of those opinions, share it below and we'll go from there. All right? Have a happy Christmas. Take care. Bye.